Yeah.
So yeah, I think similar to a lot of people, how it begins for a lot of people is you get your first car, you do a few modifications to it, some cheap stuff, and then it just, the passion for it just continues to grow, and over time you get to the point where it just becomes part of your personality, part of your lifestyle.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is another episode of Persona Diaries. I'm Jared from Motor Persona, and we're here with Tom and Tom from Motor Culture Australia. Do you guys want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. As Jared said, my name's Tom, and this is Tom as well. We're both 21. We are the founders of Motor Culture Australia, and we're super excited to share with you guys a little bit more about what Motor Culture Australia is and how we grew the business to be where it is today.
You both have built incredible machines to give away, and you also have quite the collection of giveaway cars. But really, what started the whole car obsession for both of you?
Yeah, I'm happy to take the lead. I think for myself personally, I was always interested in anything with a motor, anything that could go fast, give me a hit of adrenaline. So for myself growing up, I used to ride dirt bikes with my brother a lot. And I think when I got my license, that naturally transitioned into cars, getting into cars, doing things with cars, getting fast cars, doing whatever I could to just, I guess, continue that rush, that sensation you get from going fast. And I think for me, that's where the car obsession started, and then really starting to embed myself in the community, especially in Brisbane here. There's a lot of good things, good car meets, good car shows that you can get out to, and I think that's where it all started. And from there, it's just a rabbit hole that you get deeper and deeper into.
Yeah, well, it's sort of the same situation. So my first car was when I was 17. I bought my first Mazda MX-5, those convertibles, and it was a manual, so it was so much fun to drive. But you know how after say 6 months or a year, you sort of just outgrow the car, you just want more power and whatnot. And then when I got to I think it was 18, I got my motorbike license, and actually Tom and I had the exact same bike. It was a Yamaha sports bike.
Great fun.
It was so much fun. But yeah, basically, I guess since we're both quite young, we've had love for motor vehicles and motorsports.
And a big thing you guys are known for is giving away incredible cars. Sitting right behind us is a 1,000 horsepower GTR Silhouette Liberty Walk kit. It's the first one in the Southern Hemisphere. But realistically, where did you guys get the idea to give away your first car, and what was the first car you gave away?
Yeah, so the first giveaway we ever did was a Harley Davidson Nightstar. So that was back in, would have been June 2020?
Yeah, I think so, June 2020.
So back a while ago. The idea came from, obviously there's inspiration taken from a few other companies in the US that were doing it. We saw, there's such an awesome way of, raising money for not-for-profit organizations, and also giving people a chance to win cars that, for example, the car behind us, you can't get your hands on that, even if you want to. So,
with your vision for motor culture, how long did that actually take to get to where you are today, and what's going to propel you into the future?
Sure. So the vision initially, I guess the idea of motor culture was conceptualized in 2017, so quite a long time ago. And then I guess it was born in 2018, and it initially just started off as an Instagram page where I would just post photos of cool cars in Brisbane, and it really is quite amazing to look back and sort of see that that's how it started. There's a lot of those pages, and I love, when they tag us and I get to share it, or we get to do something and just sort of really help those people, because that's what we, I guess, started as. And then it was 2019 where I guess Tom and I thought, let's have a crack at this. Let's see what we can do, see how we can monetize this, and see what sort of a brand we can grow. And it started from day one. The idea was to create a community where people could come to a car event and not feel judged for what car they had or not feel left out. So that was in the very early days, that was the first, I guess, vision, was to create that sort of an environment, and that's what we've sort of had in the back of our minds with everything that we do ever since, and it's got us to where we are now. But I mean, do you have
so we wanted to build a membership platform, so we can keep all the customers in one place, in the loop, as part of the motor culture family is what we call it. And then obviously the giveaway cars, it's a great way to, I guess, it's a great way to market it, and at the same time raise money for the charities as well.
A lot of the profits go straight back into the platform, the membership platform, the events, the showroom. Creating a space like this, a lot of people see the space and they just sort of assume that you just got it, but that's not how it works. Like doing something like this is, it takes a lot of, I guess, time, effort, money, and just a desire to do it, because it's not an easy process to create something like this and get the cars here and be able to do what we do every day. There's a lot that goes into it that people don't see, but that's why we've got this, is so that people can come down, chat to us, and get to know us and the team a little bit better, and sort of really get involved in the culture.
So how much have you guys raised for charity, and why the particular charity?
Yeah, so it's just over $200,000 now.
Yeah,
is that right?
So, yeah, and we've supported various ones. So we've supported Black Dog Institute, and then it was the Hummingbird House, which is a local charity. It's a children's hospice here in Brisbane. So that one's quite close to where we are, quite close to our heart. And at the moment, we're supporting the Smith family.
This will be a little bit of a hard question, because you guys have experienced so many awesome cars, but what are your dream cars, and are you going to build them?
Oh, that's a hard one, isn't it?
It is a hard one. Look, honestly, for me, it's between one of two, and I think it's been this way for a long time. So I can answer the question quite quickly. It's either a McLaren P1, and if I do ever get to the point where I can afford that car, I'm not going to modify it. It's just, I think it's perfect the way it is. Or the Koenigsegg Jesko, which is still very new. There's not a lot of people that know about it yet, but there's something about that car just following up on the Agera R and the RS. Yeah, that's it for me. Yeah, I don't need to modify them. Just need to get the cars and see what they can do.
Just the one big one.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I'm a lot more down to earth compared to Jesko. That is, when I say down to earth, it's still a very expensive car. It's the Aston Martin Superleggera.
Oh, that is such a beautiful car.
Yeah, they are. British handcrafted cars. It's just something about those handmade cars. Something special about them.
This is a very unique business, and you've grown an incredible following. What are some of the challenges that you faced, and how have you built kind of a resilience against those challenges?
Yeah, exactly what you said there. It's a very unique business. The whole concept of what we do, especially with the giveaways, finding social proof and trying to help people understand exactly what it is that we do, and not feel that what we're doing is a scam. That is 100% the biggest, I guess, hurdle that we have to overcome. Because obviously, if you come in and you get to know us, we are not the type of people that would ever take advantage of people, and everything that we do is completely transparent. But having said that, perception on social media is very, very difficult to, I guess, gauge. So you get people, all it takes is one person in the comment section to get a little bit excited and go on a bit of a rampage, and it can really make life difficult for us. But that's definitely the hardest part, is because it is such a unique business and everything that we do is online. It's not a traditional business. So people don't always understand what we're doing the first time they see it, and I think helping them understand that is definitely the hardest part. But also, I guess, from a personal level, sort of being plastered all over motorculture. I guess this is more for me than it is for you, Tom, but the hate online is crazy. So I don't, at this point in my life, I don't take any of it personal. I honestly, most of the time I just laugh at it, but it is seriously one of those things where if you don't have good resilience and you don't you read into it too much, it becomes really sort of, you can get yourself into a dark place. And I've been lucky, I've always been a very happy, very positive person. I never let that stuff get to me, but sometimes there are comments there that you just think, wow, this person really has it out for me for absolutely no reason. But it's same goes for any online business or even any influencers or anyone in the public eye. It's resilience is a very, very important thing on social media.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's right, yeah.
Honestly, I think
that's just how the internet is. Sometimes it can be very toxic.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, you guys have really diversified really well, and the Cars and Culture events, it gives people a physical means to actually go talk to you. I mean, I approached you, said, hey, can we film a video? And you're like, yeah, man, let's do it. Add me on Instagram. Well, one of the best things is you guys are very accessible. You guys are very responsive. And at the end of the day, if you want to see one of the cars that have been given away, Breakfast Creek Road, come look. They're all here.
Exactly.
123, easy to remember too.
Yeah.
123.
123.
That's it. Can't miss it either. The Lamborghini and the GTR in the window,
With a really unique business like this, as you said, what are some of the most exciting experiences that motor culture has led you both to?
Yep, definitely. I've said this a few times to a few people with similar questions, but it's definitely the people that we get to network with, the people that we get to meet. And I guess every day there's always someone that has an opportunity, or even just people that come and talk to us, and the stories that they have, whether it's a piece of wisdom that they're sharing, it's just one of those stories that just sort of makes you sit back and go, wow, we've impacted this person in this way, or it's just the people that we get to work with and the opportunities that then leads to. We've got contacts with people that have access to some of the most amazing cars on the planet, let alone in this country. And for me, it's definitely 100% the people that we get to talk to and get to meet, like yourself, Jared. This has in a way led us to be able to get a video like this done, which is awesome, because it's one of those things. For me at least, I watch these videos on YouTube, this sort of stuff. So to be able to be in one is pretty cool, mate. So I appreciate you coming down and doing it.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's just it's good to be able to drive sick cars, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, that's one part of it, to be able to surround, to be around, sick cars like this, heavily modified cars and luxury cars, exotic cars, and 800 horsepower HSVs. That's all really cool. But fundamentally, I guess it really teaches you a lot of things, because when you're managing a business, there are all these little things that comes up that you just have absolutely no idea on how to do them. So you just sort of have to tackle it head on, whether through trial and error or through discussion. You learn quite a lot. These are the things that university or school can't teach you.
With big plans coming into play, and as you said, the Liberty Walk tour, trying to get Cars and Culture into every Australian state, how can everyone be a part of the motor culture community?
Yeah, so aside from becoming a member, which is obviously the core of what we do, we're just a big community. That's the easiest way to look at it. We want everyone in Australia to, and again, back to the very first vision we had in 2017, to be able to come to an event and not feel judged and not be feeling like you've been left out. So just come to the events, jump on, follow us on socials, just engage with us. That's what it's all about. We want the car community to be one that is a positive place to be. Like, for so long, there's been so many toxic elements of it, and that's what we try to avoid and try to, I guess, squeeze out of what we do. But yeah, it's about just being involved, and that's all we can ask. And we do everything that we can to ensure that when you do get involved, you have a great time. So.